The hum of machines filled the control deck of Titan Station. The metal walls shook with the pulse of the generators, steady and cold. Commander Ethan Cole stood at the center console, staring at the incoming data streams. His crew worked in silence, eyes locked on screens that flickered with static. Something strange was happening in deep space. Signal origin? Cole asked. Earth, said Lieutenant Harper. Her voice was tense. It's coming from Earth, sir. First transmission in 80 years. Cole's hand froze above the console. No one spoke. The silence in the room felt heavy, broken only by the low whine of the ship's systems. Play it, Cole ordered. The speakers crackled. A woman's voice came through, rough with static but clear enough to send a chill through the crew. To all human colonies, this is Earth Command. The time has come to return home. The message repeated again and again. Then the signal cut to black. Cole's stomach tightened. Every man and woman on Titan Station knew what that meant. Earth was calling its children back. But not everyone would come willingly. Harper turned from her console. Sir, should we respond? No, Cole said. We listen first. Find the rest of the data. There's more in that signal. Minutes turned into hours as the decoding process ran. Outside, Saturn's pale light glowed against the hull. The crew whispered about what it meant. Some hoped it was peace. Others feared another war. When the signal finally decrypted, a second layer of code appeared. It was faint, buried deep under the message. Cole leaned forward as the translation printed across the screen. They're coming back. Prepare for reclamation. Harper's face went pale. Sir, is this real? Cole didn't answer. He watched the words repeat across the screen, a loop of warning written decades ago. Run a scan of local space, he said quietly. The radar grid bloomed across the wall display. At first it was empty. Then the dots appeared, dozens, then hundreds, moving fast. The room filled with the sound of alarms. Contacts inbound, Harper shouted. Unknown transponders, multiple fleets. They're coming out of warp. Cole gripped the railing. The air in the control room seemed to thin. Lock down all decks. Power up defense batteries. The crew ran for their stations. Red lights flashed across the corridors. The deep voice of the ship's AI echoed through every hallway, announcing battle readiness. Through the forward viewport, light flared across the darkness of space. Massive ships tore through the void, their engines blazing white. Cole stared at them, his jaw tight. They heard the signal too, he said. One of the younger officers whispered, "Who are they?" Cole's reply was calm, almost cold. Humans. Just like us. Outside, the first salvo of missiles lit the sky. Titan Station shook under the impact. Systems screamed. Cole steadied himself and gave the order. Turn fire. The war for the stars had begun and no one on Earth even knew it yet. The impact tore through Titan Station like thunder. Metal screamed, alarms roared, and the deck tilted under the crew's feet. Commander Ethan Cole grabbed a railing as sparks burst from a console beside him. Smoke filled the air, sharp and hot. Damage report, he shouted. Outer hull breached on Section 5. Harper yelled back. Shields at 30% and falling. Cole's chest tightened. He looked through the viewport. A cluster of enemy ships swarmed the outer ring, their engines glowing like knives. Railgun rounds cut through the darkness, slamming into the station's armor. Return fire, Cole ordered. All turrets full spread. The gunners answered without hesitation. Bright lines of plasma ripped across space. The station's guns struck one of the attackers, breaking its hull into spinning pieces. Another ship moved in to take its place. Who the hell are they? Harper shouted. Outer colonies, Cole said. They've been waiting for this. A missile slammed into the side of the command deck. The floor jumped. Cole fell to one knee, gripping the edge of the console. Half the lights went dark. Power transfer to auxiliary? He barked. A young technician's hands shook as he typed. Auxiliaries unresponsive. The main grid's failing. Cole looked at the display. The enemy fleet kept closing in. They weren't here to test defenses. They were here to destroy them. He made a decision. Prep the reactor for manual override. We'll use it as a railgun. Harper stared at him. That will melt half the station. I know, Cole said. Do it anyway. She ran to the engineering console. Crew members shouted across the deck, rerouting power lines and sealing bulkheads. The hum of the reactor deepened. Red light flickered across their faces. "Target locked," Harper said. "Main shot ready." Cole watched the enemy command ship drift into range.
Where?
The station roared. A surge of white heat blasted from the forward rail. The recoil shook every wall. Outside, the beam tore through the enemy cruiser, slicing it clean in half. The explosion lit the void like a sunrise. Cheers broke out across the control deck. For a second, they believed they had one. Then Harper looked at her monitor. Her voice cracked. That ship carried their commander. Cole turned. "You're sure?" "Yes, sir. Admiral Kira Holt. Her fleet's second in command was on board too." Cole didn't answer. The comms filled with new signals. The enemy fleet had stopped firing. They were pulling back into formation. Harper frowned. "Why are they retreating?" Cole studied the radar, his gut turning cold. The readings shifted again. Hundreds of new signatures appeared on the edge of the system, larger than before. "They're not retreating," he said quietly. "They're calling reinforcements." The crew fell silent. The floor trembled again as distant explosions echoed through space. Cole looked out the viewport at the burning horizon of Saturn. "Send word to Earth," he said. "Tell them the war has started." But the comms officer looked up, pale-faced. "Sir, Earth isn't answering." Flames burned through the wreckage of Titan Station. The hull was cracked open, and bodies drifted past the shattered windows. Commander Ethan Cole stood in the ruins of the control deck, blood streaking down his face. The air smelled of metal and smoke. "Communications?" he asked. Harper's voice was hoarse. "Still nothing from Earth. Every relay is dead." Cole looked at the dark radar screens. The enemy fleet had pulled back, but their signals still lingered in orbit. He knew they were regrouping. "Can't stay here. Power up the escape shuttles." "Most of them are gone," Harper said. "We have one functional craft, maybe two. Then we take one," Cole replied. "We need to reach Luna Command. They'll have answers." They moved through the ruined corridors, past flickering lights and drifting debris. Crew members worked in silence, their faces covered in soot. Some carried the wounded. Others dragged power cells toward the docking bay. Every sound echoed through the empty station. As Cole walked, he kept hearing the same question in his mind. Why had Earth gone silent? The message had come from them. The war had started because of that signal, yet now nothing. When they reached the docking bay, a technician ran to them. "Commander, we've intercepted something." "It's a broadcast from Earth's High Command." "Play it," Cole said. The recording came through with static, the voice cold and steady. "This is General Vale. All outer defense fleets are to hold their ground. Titan Station is lost. No rescue will be sent. Any unit attempting retreat will be treated as deserters." The crew stared at the speaker. Harper shook her head. "He's abandoning us." Cole's voice hardened. "He's trying to hold power. If the colonies think Earth is weak, they'll attack every world in range." The technician hesitated. "Sir, there's more." The message wasn't meant for public relay. It had a second layer encrypted. Cole stepped closer. "Decode it." The technician worked fast. Lines of text appeared on the screen, and Cole's jaw tightened as he read the words. The message had been sent not from Earth's main relay, but from a hidden outpost in deep orbit. A black site. Harper looked at him. "Sir, what does it mean?" "It means Earth didn't send the first signal," Cole said. "Someone else did." Before he could say more, the deck shook. Blinding flash lit the bay. The crew hit the floor as shockwaves tore through the walls. "Impact on lower hull?" Harper shouted. "They found us." Cole pushed himself up and looked through the viewport. Dozens of enemy ships had reappeared, closing fast. "Get to the shuttle," he yelled. "Now." The doors slammed open as the crew scrambled inside. Fire chased them down the corridor. Engines roared to life, and the shuttle tore free from Titan Station just as the station exploded behind them. Through the smoke and fire, Cole saw the wreckage drift away. Didn't notice the second missile following them until Harper whispered, "Ethan, it's locked on us." The shuttle spun through debris and fire. The engines screamed under pressure. Commander Ethan Cole gripped the pilot's seat as alarms blared across the cockpit. Behind them, Titan Station was going nothing but dust and light. Evasive pattern, Cole shouted. Harper pulled hard on the controls. The small craft jerked left, dodging the first missile. The second one followed, closing the distance. Countermeasures failing, she said. It's tracking our heat. Cole slammed a hand on the console. Cut engines. The shuttle went dark. Silence filled the cabin as they drifted through the wreck field. The missile streaked past them, searching for a target, then veered off and detonated against a fragment of metal. The shockwave hit the ship, throwing them sideways. Reignite main thrusters, Cole ordered. Engines roared back to life. Harper exhaled, hands trembling. We're still alive. Not for long if they're still scanning, Cole said. Plot a course to Europa base. We'll regroup there. Hours later, the shuttle broke through the frozen mist around Europa. The planet's surface glowed white beneath layers of storming ice. They descended toward an old research facility buried under the crust, one that had been silent for years. When they landed, the hangar was dark. No lights, no signals, just cold steel and dust. Cole stepped out first, rifle raised. His boots echoed on the metal floor. Anyone alive? He called. Only static answered. They moved through the corridors, flashlights cutting through the dark. Frozen pipes lined the walls. Broken screens flickered with half-dead power. Looks abandoned, Harper said. Cole nodded. Let's find the command center. It took them 20 minutes to reach the main control room. Inside, old equipment hummed faintly. Harper powered up the console. There's a data core still intact. Cole leaned over her shoulder. Download everything. As the files loaded, a folder appeared labeled Asterisk Signal Origin Project. Asterisk. Harper opened it. Lines of text scrolled fast, showing transmission logs, encryption keys, and location data. Okay, it came from here, she said quietly. The first signal. It was sent from this base. Cole's jaw clenched. Not from Earth. Before they could read more, a voice came from behind them. Step away from the terminal. They turned. 2 soldiers stood in the doorway, weapons raised. Their armor bore Earth's insignia. The leader's face was hard and cold. General Vale's orders, the man said. No one was supposed to find this place. Cole raised his hand slowly. The war started because of this signal. You knew? The soldier didn't answer. He looked at Harper, then back at Cole. You're both under arrest. Cole's eyes flicked toward the console. The data core was still downloading. He met Harper's gaze. She understood. She hit a switch. The lights exploded into white glare. Cole lunged forward, grabbing the nearest soldier. Gunfire tore through the room. Glass shattered. When the flash cleared, one soldier was down. The other had vanished into the corridor. Harper gasped. He's sending a distress call. Cole looked at the half-broken terminal. Then we finished this fast. But before he could move, the base trembled. Distant engines rumbled from above. Harper looked up. They're not just sending backup, she said. They're bombing the base. The walls of the Europa base shook. Dust rained from the ceiling as the first explosions hit the surface above. Commander Ethan Cole grabbed Harper by the arm and pulled her toward the exit. The lights flickered and went black. They're trying to bury the truth, Harper said, running beside him. Not if we get it out first, Cole replied. The data core's in the shuttle. We just have to reach it. The sound of engines grew louder. Bombs tore through the upper levels. Fire and debris rained down the corridor. Cole pushed Harper ahead as the floor split open behind them. The heat of the blast threw them forward. They stumbled into the hangar. The shuttle waited on its landing pads, half covered in falling ice. Smoke filled the air. Cole ran to the pilot's hatch and hit the controls. Nothing happened. Power was dead. Backup generator, Harper shouted. We can reroute from the maintenance bay. Cole nodded and ran. The bay was half collapsed, wires hanging like roots. He tore open a panel and jammed a cable into the emergency socket. As sparks flew, lights flickered back to life across the hangar. Engines online, Harper called. Cole sprinted back as a blast door crashed open behind them. Earth soldiers poured in, rifles raised. Bullets tore into the metal floor. Cole returned fire, hitting 2 before the rest dove for cover. Get inside, he yelled. Harper climbed into the cockpit. Cole backed in after her, slamming the hatch shut as rounds struck the hull. The shuttle engines roared, shaking the deck. Lift off. The The shuttle blasted upward through the collapsing ceiling. Ice and flame fell around them as they broke through the surface. Above, the black sky burned with falling debris. Harper checked the radar. Missiles incoming again. It's 3 of them. Cole's hands moved fast over the controls. We can't outrun them. Then what? He looked at the glowing data core secured in the rear hold. It held everything, the proof of who started the war. We make sure it gets out, he said. We pulled a drive from the console and uploaded the data. Then he set the navigation to transmit it to all human fleets across the system. Harper's eyes widened. You're sending it to everyone? They deserve to know, Cole said. No more lies. The missiles closed in. Warning lights flared red across the cockpit. Cole pushed Harper toward the escape pod. Get in, he said. Not leaving you. That's an order. She hesitated, then stepped inside. The pod sealed and launched into the dark. Cole turned back to the controls. The shuttle spun to face the oncoming missiles. Armed the reactor core. This is Commander Ethan Cole of Titan Station, he said into the open channel. If you hear this, stop fighting each other. The truth is in your hands now. The missiles struck. The shuttle vanished in a burst of light that lit the frozen sky. Far below, Harper's pod streaked through the atmosphere. Inside, her radio crackled once before going silent. Then a faint signal blinked on her consola, new transmissions spreading through every channel in the system. Cole's voice.